If you plan on wagering on any games this season, make sure you visit with the specialist at AgainstTheNumber.com. Let's send it back to Vegas with Nick Bonsanto.
Oh, yeah, we're here, and had a nice conversation there in the last segment with Simon Holden. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm having a good day on the program today. I have to be honest with you. I was a little down before we started, but I'm feeling good right about now. I really am, and, you know, there have been a lot of ways to look at the Jon Gruden situation with the old emails and the language that was used. And one of the things that I've heard many people say, and surprised to hear them say, to be honest with you, is that, you know, they're just picking on Jon Gruden. This is, you know, it was 10 years old, and this stuff really doesn't happen. They're just picking on Gruden. They just wanted him out. You know, I'm hearing those kind of things. And this is the new, if you will, he's out because of the new woke culture, right? You know, people are too sensitive today. I mean, oh, it's the darn left. They've made us so sensitive and no one can take it anymore. And, you know, that's why these guys are getting fired and are losing jobs and etc. This is just, we're outraged. I'm so tired of hearing that, it's not funny. But we hear it, and I see it on social media. And then today, I actually was thinking that how much hogwash it was, and that this has gone on for a long time. Jon Gruden is just the latest in a long list of celebrity people, popular people that have lost their positions due to stupid statements that have come out of their mouth. And whether you say Gruden's was out of his mouth or not, it was, because he put it in writing. They were his thoughts. And I was reading, as I do every day, I was reading the Las Vegas, the Review-Journal. And I saw a story that I loved put together, and it wasn't that it was a masterpiece in writing, but it drove home the point that I've been trying to make in a way I hadn't done before. And I want to thank Ron Kentowski for writing this article in the RJ today. And I want to talk to you about this. I tried to get him on the show today, but I had no luck with that today. But I want to talk because in the article he wrote, he brought to light some of the situations I said. This Gruden situation is not new for someone in a high-profile position to lose their position and livelihood at that time. Here's a list of some of the people. This one happened April 6th, 1987. 1987, let's see, I have to take my shoes off and everything and count that. That's 34 years ago. See that? Good thing it wasn't over 40 because I would, or you know, I don't know. Anyway, I counted on my toes and fingers. So, Al Campanis, Dodgers GM, was on a Nightline interview with Ted Koppel. Remember Ted Koppel? It was in advance of the 40th anniversary of Jackie Robinson's Major League debut. Campanis said, African Americans may not have some of the necessities to be a field manager or perhaps a general manager. He also said blacks often are poor swimmers because they don't have the buoyancy. He was fired less than 48 hours after those comments. That happened in 1987, 34 years ago. So what happened to Gruden is not new. We can go on. We all remember, I talk about this, Jimmy the Greek Snyder, right? Part of the NFL Today. I mean, and I was talking about this earlier, actually, with a friend of mine on the telephone. Was talking about this with my friend Mark, my podcast partner, Mark the Man Wilson. And I said to Mark, we were talking about Brent Musburger, and I said, boy, Brent Musburger and Jimmy the Greek and Irv Cross and Phil George, I mean, they were the gold standard. They were the ones that created all of the pregame shows. But Jimmy the Greek, in 1988, 33 years ago, was fired by CBS the day after Snyder said the black is a better athlete to begin with because he's been bred that way, and they can jump higher and run faster because of their bigger thighs. That's what he said. He didn't have a job the next day. And he was on the premier program for the Premier League. When I say Premier League, I'm talking the NFL, not soccer. So once again, what happened to Gruden is not something that was born out of the woke culture that some people think is going on today. This has been going on for a long time. Then let's go further. Here's another one. In 1996, actually in 92 and 96 is when this was said, Marge Schott, remember her? Cincinnati Reds owner? The Reds marketing director, Charles Levy, in a deposition, talked about what he heard Marge Schott say, and he says she called Eric Davis and Dave Parker $1 million N-word. She also, in a story, talked about Adolf Hitler and said, was good in the beginning, but went too far. Her consequences, fined and suspended from day-to-day operations of a team she owned. Once again, what happened to Jon Gruden is not new. When you say something that is wrong, you lose what you have. Here's more. April 25th, 2014. Clippers owner Donald Sterling. TMZ Sports released a recording. He had a conversation with his mistress, who happens to be part African American. And Sterling said on the recording, it bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver banned Sterling for life. Fined him $2.5 million, maximum allowed by the NBA. Once again, what happened to Jon Gruden for what he has said in writing is not new. It is not the current culture that we lived in that has caused Jon Gruden to lose his job over emails where he was a homophobic, misogynistic, racist. It's been going on. There have been powerful people, bigger personalities than even he himself, that have been taken down by the wrong words at the wrong time. Okay? John Rocker. Remember him? Oh my gosh. Rocker in 99 was talking in Sports Illustrated. He'd retire than rather play in New York. His quote, imagine having to take the train to the ballpark looking like you're riding through Beirut next to some kid with purple hair, next to some, and I'm going to say it because he said it, queer with AIDS, right next to some dude who just got out of jail for the 4th time, next to some 20-year-old mom with 4 kids. He said that. Okay? He continued to make controversial statements, and frankly, it ran him out of the league. Again, let me just say this. This is the point I am trying to make. Jon Gruden, while many are defending the fact that, hey, these were private emails. They were private emails. Okay? They were private. No one should have seen that. Well, you may have a slight point, but your argument is flawed. First off, the emails were found in an investigation into the Washington Football Club. Okay? No one had a vendetta, and they went after him personally. They didn't do that. What was found was completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. And a league that prides itself on trying to foster a better community, an inclusive community across all walks of life, no matter the color of their skin, the religion, etc. When that is known, they cannot stand pat and just go, it's okay, he said it a while ago. But this, my friends, did not happen because of a quote-unquote woke culture. That's not what happened. It just isn't. What happened is, and what happened to Gruden, is exactly what happened to everyone else that was in a powerful position that was caught saying things that are just not acceptable to say in public. Your words have repercussions. They matter. Words matter. If you said it, somewhere in your being you believed it. You have to. The best comedy in the world is written based on the truth and told in a funny take. But it really is written about truths. But again, everyone keeps saying that this shouldn't have happened to Gruden. But if you look, and here's one that wasn't even in the article, and again, in a conversation I had talked about it. Go way back in the early 80s, and any of you older folks like myself will remember this. The spokesperson for Tropicana Orange Juice, Anita Bryant, she was an actress, singer. Anita Bryant, she was let go over her comments in Miami about being anti-gay in her comments way back in the early 80s. She was dropped as the spokesperson for Tropicana. What happened to Jon Gruden, my friends, had zero to do with today's new quote-unquote woke culture and the fact that everybody is upset about what everyone says today. They've always been upset about it. When they've been caught over the years, the same thing has happened to them that happened to Jon Gruden. Think about what I just said. I think I got it. You're listening to Against the Number and More, and we're rolling on right here on the Sports Byline USA Network.